at the Public College, University of Sierra Leone. My topic of discussion today is harmful drugs and how it's affecting our youth in Freetown. I'm going to discuss how the government can help the youth in Freetown and the community leaders and also civil societies and youth ambassadors, concerned citizens, and giving their opinions on harmful drugs and how it's going to help the people in Freetown. Thank you. Hi, Dr. Suma and Dr. Nicole. I'm Nuhu'S, one of the broadcasting students. My own practical assignment is a talk show. The topic of this talk show is about harmful drugs in Freetown, how it's affecting the youth. I have two guests with me, the youth ambassador and a concerned citizen. We're going to discuss about these harmful drugs affecting Freetown. I have questions for them. Thank you. Welcome to Nuhu'S talk show.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourself.
I'm Khadija, a concerned citizen of Sierra Leone.
Okay. As a concerned citizen of Sierra Leone, what do you think about this Kush rampant in Sierra Leone?
Well, first of all, as a concerned citizen of Sierra Leone, the Kush has been so rampant among the youth of Sierra Leone that they really abuse it, and you can see some of them going out frustrated. They are out of hands. They can't even control themselves. So I think this cruise is, if the government think it is something that they should bring in Sierra Leone, it should be expensive. Because if things are very expensive, I can't afford them. Why would I go for them? So, but if it is too expensive for the youth to afford it, I think that would cut down the rate of them taking excessive cruise.
Okay. So talking about the government, so you're saying that it's not bad for them to bring in the Kush. So you just need to make it expensive.
No, you got me wrong. What I'm trying to say here is that I'm not saying it's their right to bring it. What I'm saying is that if they think it's a must for them to bring it, but they should make it expensive.
Okay. So
because as for me, it's not a good thing for the youth. But for them, maybe it has a way to help them. But if it's a little bit expensive, it will help the rate.
Okay. So sister, do you think that only the government has a role to play in helping the youth?
No, not really. Not only the government. Individuals have a role to play to stop this excessive consuming of this cruise. You yourself that is taking the cruise, you have a role to play. You have a future. If you look at yourself and think that the future is there, I need to hold on to something that is beneficial. So you should stop taking the cruise. You help yourself, you advise yourself that this is not good for me. And as a parent also, you should always be there to guide your children, no matter the stage you think they are.
Okay, thank you very much for that answer. Now, what do you think about the imams and sheikhs? What are their own role in helping the youth in Freetown especially?
Well, their own role to play is just to preach against the cruise, that they should stop taking it excessively, because it's really harming the youth of Freetown today, not only Freetown but Sierra Leone at large.
They should preach about it, you see. You know that when it comes to preaching, they mostly do it in the masjid, and we know so many youth. Some don't go to the masjid to listen to sermons, and we have some who are not Muslims among the youth. So what do you think the sheikhs and these imams should do to help others?
The only way they can help is that, as I said, they should preach about it in the mosque and also in their community whenever they find themselves. When they find somebody, at times this youth, they have a lot of respect for whoever is a religious person, be you a imam or a pastor. But if you talk to them, they will give you a listening ears. So if you do that, maybe that will also help, apart from preaching it in the mosque, but in your community also. When you see things going wrong, you have to stand and then try to rectify the mistake of that youth. Sometimes they consume it because of friends. So that's the role I think we should play.
Yeah, peer influence, you say.
Yeah.
coming about that peer influence, you can say that there are people out there, they really want to change the ways they are taking it. They want to stop being addicted to these harmful drugs, but because of the society and maybe the religious perspective of others, and let's say the peer influence also, the way how they are discriminated, it's hard for them. So what do you think, is that a possible way for them?
Yeah, it's a made up mind, something you should do. Because if your mind is not made up, you are not ready to do something, you won't. Somebody will just come out from anywhere and tells you this is what you should do. But if you have a mindset on your own, I promise you, you can do it. Because we know that it's not easy. Actually, you have been crushing for a very long time. Maybe because of that harmful drugs, maybe you lost your memory 1 or 2 days. People have been laughing at you, so you find it difficult. Like, okay, if I change now, people will still mock at me. But you don't have to look at that. And also, we as a community, we that are staying in the community, so we need to also accommodate those people. We need to embrace them. When people want to change, let's help them change, because nothing is permanent. Change is the only constant thing in life. So we should also help them. When they said we are ready to change, let's help them and do that.
Okay, thank you, viewers, for sister has just said wonderful speech for this harmful drugs that's affecting people in Freetown. So viewers, she has said her own points of views, and also we'll be hoping to hear from others from their own points of views. Thank you very much, sister, as a concerned citizen. But this is not the last, but the last question I have for you. Do you have a message, a special message you want to say out there to those people taking these harmful drugs?
Yeah, because as a concerned citizen, what I should say to you, the youth that are already addicted to these drugs, really, my brothers and sisters, this is really a harmful drugs, and it's really, really, really destroying your futures. It will make you look like somebody who doesn't worth anything out there. People who respect you won't respect you anymore because of you took that harmful drugs, and they saw you in the street how you look like. You were so hopeless, you were so reckless on the street. I'm sorry to say that, but that's exactly how you look when you consume that Kush. It won't help you. So I'm begging you, think about yourself, think about your parents, think about your future, because if you don't think about the future, even your future children are going to suffer from your mistake. They'll be calling them names, things that you have done. They are going to answer to that names. And your parents also are going to suffer for that because of you. Because you are going to be called by your parents' names. So please, I'm advising you as a concerned citizen, please stop consuming this Kush. It's really, really not healthy for you, and it's really, really destroying you. So thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Sister Khadija, for that wonderful message you just gave to the youth of Freetown. I hope they get that message and they make use of the message. This is Nuhu'S Talk Show. Thank you very much. I'm here with a fine gentleman. Please introduce yourself.
Okay. Thank you. My name is Freetown, commonly known as Critical Thinker, student and ambassador for change.
Okay, welcome to Nuhu'S Talk Show.
Thank you.
As a youth ambassador, you have a responsibility, you have a role to play in Freetown, especially Sierra Leone as a whole. But we are seeing how harmful drugs is affecting Freetown, most especially here. So what have you done to implement such policies to help the youth in Freetown?
For youth, first of all, they say youth are the root and fruit of every nation, and tapping into their affairs when it comes to harmful drug, consuming drug that will affect their, inability, mental health. As an ambassador of change, it is our mandate, because I'm not only the one, we have a couple of other ambassadors of change. It is our mandate to see how best we can educate these individuals that are into this particular harmful drug. Educate them, give them the necessity, what they need to know when you absorb this particular drug, what the result might be. So it's a ongoing process, reaching out to them, educate them, tell them the effect, the harmful effect about taking certain drug. Of course, we have so many harmful drugs that most of our youth getting themselves into due to certain reason or whatsoever that they may think of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the Kush here saying just now. Bringing about what you just said, mentioned, you've done, it's an ongoing process.
Yeah.
Do you have a specific agenda put in place? Like, have you done it already? It's an ongoing process. Is it,
Helper.
do we have a institution, a school that you already implement to help the youth in Freetown?
Well, not an institution per se. For youth, as I mentioned, for me, I am a youth, and reaching out to colleagues, of course, my community. I have been reaching out to youth in my community that have, become addicted when you talk about the drug itself, harmful drug to be specific. So I've been reaching out to community youth, because they say if you cannot settle your home, you cannot settle another man's home. So we start the sensitization here, reaching out in different locations where we can locate this youth that we believe that are addicted to this particular drug. Well, I don't know exactly which of the drug are you specifically talking about, because we have so many other drugs out there that are affecting more especially to this point in time.
There's a special drug rampant in Freetown which they normally call Kush.
The Kush.
Coming to that is you helping in your community. So what do you think, this community that you're helping out, do you have are there specific communities that are just, we have major people affecting, that they are being affected from this Kush?
Yes, of course. When you talk about contemporary problems, talking about Kush, I quote unquote say the nodding system of our youth nowadays. When you take them, you usually nod. So on that perspective, of course, it's let me say there are so many other communities that are affected when you talk about the addiction or absorption of the Kush itself. There are so many.
So haven't you make an implementation like community heads and chief?
Yeah, engaging stakeholders. Yes, of
communities?
course. Yeah, engaging stakeholders in the community.
So far,
As I mentioned, I start with my community. The result, you cannot change something just in a few minutes, because reaching out to an addict, it may take time, talking to them over and over, and the process is still ongoing. As I earlier mentioned, that it is an ongoing process. We are still on the verge, reaching out to them, educate them about the drug, the harmfulness of the Kush itself.
Because there has been more and more videos coming up about them taking this drug. So as a youth ambassador, you should have results in the next 2 months, 3 months at least.
We have results. We have results.
Can you mention anyone that has been
for professionalism's sake? I will not mention the individual for the discrimination out there, but I can tell you there are a couple of individuals that we've reached out to, talk to them, put them together, and see how best we can improve their thinking mentality, their mindset that this particular drug is not good for your health, is not good mentally. So we're doing our work out there.
So if someone wants to reach you out there, how can they reach you out?
Of course, we have been doing it as an individuals. I would not specifically say we have an organ, because these days when you form an organ, it has to do the consistency. But you becoming as a change in a society, first of all, they say the change will come when you are ready to accept the change itself. So since I am ready to accept the change and reaching out to my colleagues, I've been doing these things. And I've been on social media, of course, on Facebook, engaging people on WhatsApp, organizing seminars, encouraging them to attend seminars that are pertaining this drug issues to educate this particular individual. And we even want other individuals out there to put hands on deck to have a roundtable discussion to see how best we can have a counseling center wherein we can build a rehabilitation center for these individuals that have become addicted to this particular drug.
Okay, thank you for that wonderful answer. Okay, so what do you think? Do you have a special message you're gonna say to the people that are taking harmful drugs out there?
Yeah, yeah, of course, irrespective of the situation that you might be thinking there is unemployment, you don't have a job, the depression, the stress, or whatsoever the means may be that may lead you to become a drug addict. I want to warn you, it is for our own good as youth. Because if you are not here, who will fill that particular space? If you cannot do the right thing as a youth, then who else can do that? If you cannot change yourself, who else can change you? It is a mindset. It is something that you can build in yourself as a youth to make the change you want to see. First of all, it has to start with you. So you have to start the change in yourself, restrain or refrain yourself from these harmful drugs and become a conscious individual and be an individual of change, reaching out to young people out there. And the young generation are coming and they are looking forward to every youth out there. What you do today might affect the generation that are coming tomorrow. And it is our mandate, our responsibilities as youth for us to change the narrative, for us to build a better nation, to uphold the sustainable development goals as youth. So, take this as a caution. Take it as a caution, I repeat. Because as youth, we can change everything in a second or in a minute. We are all in this together. Stop what you are doing. Join the force. Join the fight. Let's stand against the harmful drug in this country. Freetown, to be specific. The issue of drug, specifically Kush, it is becoming unbecoming in our society, community, and a nation at large. And of course, youth, we are the future of today. Perhaps tomorrow might not come. So we need to put us together, focus, and restrain from any other kind of drug that may hinder your health.
Thank you very much, this ambassador, for the wonderful message.
You're welcome.
I hope the viewers listen and also from your advice. Thank you. This is Nuhu'S Talk Show. We have come to the end of our session. I hope the message reaches them at the right mind. And I hope the government, the community people can do something to stop this harmful drugs and affecting the youth of Freetown. I say thank you to the school, to the directors, production team and a special thank you to the guests and my lecturers, Dr. J. Niku and Dr. V. Suma, for this special practical.